Last heat of the day, quarterfinal number 4 with Ethan Ewing versus Italo Ferreira. What's up for grabs? A spot in the semifinals to go up against Felipe Toledo, who just put in an excellent heat. And it's been getting a little bit darker. The flat light has come into play, I feel, for the surfers. Let's see how they handle it. Here we go. First wave for Ferreira. Running wave. Gets caught on the heels a little bit. Needs to make up for that big slash off the top for Italo Ferreira. Ferreira again with some great tempo. Here we go to replay. This is a 6-point ride for Italo Ferreira, Rosie.
Wow, 6 point, that first maneuver, steering through the lip. This two-turn combo, just so great. Touches that rail as he gets the bottom turn. For me,
Ethan Ewing right behind him, slicing through there. That on the DHD surfboard of choice for Ethan Ewing. Big snap there. Patient in his approach. Another big snap off the top. Hangs on the bottom before unleashing yet another carve. Whitewater, no problem for Ethan Ewing. And he's going to find multiple sections on this long-running cobblestone point. Ewing with the finish and the completion.
Wow.
So early advantage to Ethan Ewing.
A 6-point ride flat. He would have gone a lot better. As we see Ethan, this to me was pure magic. I mean, this wave really offered so much variety in the selection of the maneuvers that he could do, just with the section and the tempo that he was offered. Almost kind of lost it a little bit there off the bottom. You saw a little bit of a squiggle in the board as he tried to power through that bottom turn, but regathers himself through this inside section. Huge score for Ethan.
This ride gathered Ethan an 8.6 for multiple maneuvers, beautiful rail work. Ethan Ewing, you can see as we enjoy the ride in slow motion, all the judges' numbers, Rosie. One judge going as high as a 9-point ride.
Wow, I mean, just watching the length of that bottom turn when he comes around that whitewater section. That thing in a cute little package, the way that you watch it, that maneuver in itself was just such... the technique, I think, is something that we always talk about with Ethan. Look at the way that he keeps, you know, his shoulders and his upper body so quiet, Capo. He never, like, fully extends the arms, you know what I mean? Like, there's just something about the way that he keeps his arms really low to his side and swivels around on those hips.
The technique and the body mechanics of Ethan Ewing.
They really center themselves over their surfboard. It seems to me Ethan's quite neutral in his approach. He's never one or the other. He's just so centered throughout his surfboard.
Big slash for Italo Ferreira. Around the bottom again. Throws the fins on that second slash. Great pace and outstanding outside moves for Ferreira. Doing a little busy work here. Working his way into the inside. Waiting for the wave to steepen up. Takes the time to digest the line ahead. Ferreira loads up, stabs the lip, and is complete.
Good grief, that poor wave. It's just like dismantled by Italo Ferreira. Oh man, so fun to see this guy. But he's been here throughout the day supporting his fellow countrymen. Wow, that first maneuver, just beautiful stuff. Watch as he releases that tail on that second move. Man, I wonder what this is going to be. I mean, if Ethan got an 8.6 on his opening ride, this is definitely going to reach into that upper echelon of the scoreline. You'd have to think, Cops.
I agree with you. Compared to the 8.6, this wave was super dynamic. The performance was on edge the entire time. Loving this water angle, Rosie.
Yeah, I love this perspective. You can see how bowly that wave is, too. It's just got so much power to it. With those sections, this is what we came to El Salvador for. Just watch as he releases that tail, braces himself for impact. His front foot almost kind of lost it on the rail of his board there. He kind of has to reposition it back towards the stringer to recompose himself. That move right there was my favorite out of all of them.
Just kicks the fins out the back, gets that release, is able to stay centered on that board.
What are you doing behind the scenes when you have those ups and downs to kind of try and even it out?
You just prepare the best you can. That's all you can do. Yeah, just prepare and just try and manage my thoughts, manage my mind, and do my best.
He doesn't want to have the nightmare of the semifinals that he had over at Bell's, where he barely got to his feet in that entire heat. And he's not going to take that chance, because here we go. Ethan Ewing snaps off the top to open. Glides through that section. humps around that section, back up for another aggressive snap. Full rail carve back into the pocket. Again, leverage through the heel on those snaps. Another full rail carve showing variety. Catches himself up, throws the fins for the finish, gets a little caught up, but dare I say that he did do enough work for that 6.21 to take the lead, Rosie?
I agree. So this first maneuver, you know, anytime that a surfer's waited a while for a wave, there's that bated breath that you have. Those two moves right there, just so quick in transition. So throughout this wave, he just surfed it so impeccably well. I mean, I think this is going to go up like, should I put myself out there? Like 7s maybe?
What's impressive is the pace and the patience that he has in between turns. Water angle. Yeah,
great wave. I mean, the way that he slides that board underneath himself. He's always looking fully in control, and I think these moves are just so hard. The way that he releases those fins, so he's really just relying on his center of gravity to keep that board underneath him. This two-turn combo, the way that he was able to read that wave as it was presented to him, to float that section.
Here's the scores. A 7.5, he takes the lead. So Rosie, great judging right there as we see slow motion finish here, and just the great technique of Ethan Ewing, indicating there's some action in the ocean. It looks like Italo Ferreira likes the look of this one, and he's going to utilize priority. Winds up off the bottom, slashes off the top, air drops again, big slash off top, another little air drop out of that maneuver, carves through this section, squares off the bottom again for another hack on the backhand. Looking down the line, eyeing up perhaps a ramp. No, he goes for the lip glide, yells at the judges, says, that's it.
Was that comparable to the 7.5 from Ethan Ewing? Beautiful first opening maneuvers. This one right here comes down with that lip. Bit of downtime as this wave flattens out. Then he gets busy on the lip line. And he finishes it clean. I mean, watching this maneuver, he kind of glides through that lip.
Ethan Ewing eyeing up a high line to get some speed, drops onto the bottom. Full rail carve all the way back. Ewing pierces the lip there, but goes down in some troubled water.
Oof.
Ethan Ewing, what went wrong here, Rosie?
Well, Ethan's really taking off thinking he needs a score, but look at all that white water. It doesn't really have that cupped out section, so he kind of gets hung up there. And I think when I'm looking at it, Ethan's probably thinking to himself, this isn't going to be what I need him. He's not going to get that last opportunity. These guys are going to shake hands. Good sportsmanship.
Nice sportsmanship and a trip to semi-final number 2 for Italo Ferreira, where he will meet up against Felipe Toledo. What an action-packed day.